friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you're new, hi, my name is Olivia, and I'm super glad that you decided to click on this video today because I'm bringing you a massive book haul. I have been just waiting and waiting to do this video. I've had books just sat around my apartment like, oh my gosh, I want to read this, but I can't. I was finally able to get everything to come in and add a few books that I was able to purchase while in New York City last week. So I'm super excited to bring this to you guys. I hope you love this video. Please do not forget to give it a thumbs up and comment down below what are some of your favorite books, or when you watch the video and if any of these books you read before you want to read, let me know down in the comments. I would love to talk about it. Please do not forget to subscribe as well. It really helps me out and lets me know that the content I'm giving you guys enjoy it. And then lastly, hit your notification bell so you can be notified every single time I post a video. So without further ado, let's jump into the book haul. As you can see by the title, I am bringing you guys some limited edition mystery books that I was able to purchase while in New York City last week. And the reason why these are limited edition, or rather just really special mystery books and stories, is because the owner of the bookshop that I went to commissioned his favorite mystery authors to create short stories that can only be sold in his store. So I just found that to be just so amazing, to think that the owner loves the genre so much that he wanted to make special stories and get special stories written just for his store and for his customers alone. So I really appreciated that. And I was able to pick up 8 of those short stories, which I'm super excited to show you guys. And then also, when you go to the bookstore and you buy the books, like most bookstores, you get a bookmark. And so this is the bookmark, the Mysterious Bookshop. And I will be sure to link all the information down below if you guys want to get, these books as well. But these are called Biblio Mystery. So not only are they mystery books, which I think is super fascinating, but they're Biblio Mystery. So basically that means these are books about books. And then on top of that, they're mysteries. And I absolutely love books about books. So obviously, I had to get these. But when I was in the bookstore and I was looking at the books, it looked like there was like 50 to 60 different ones. I honestly just went through and found all the ones with the titles that I thought were most interesting. I did not read the back of them because I've noticed that some of these didn't even really have a synopsis on the back. They only had like one-liners from people who read the book and are reviewing it, from like the Chicago Tribune, Stephen King reviewed this, the book list. So it wasn't really, too many of them didn't have synopsis on the back. So I really went in blindly with these, but I'm super excited to jump into these. And they are like really small and super thin. And they're super buttery and really nice. And I also think it would be fun to maybe even do a reading vlog and read some of these with you guys, or read them all with you guys, maybe do a reading live. I'm not exactly sure. But the very first one that I got is The Mysterious Disappearance of the Reluctant Book Fairy by Elizabeth George. So this is the very first one that I was able to purchase. And as you can see, it says Biblio Mystery, and then it has the logo of the bookshop, the Mysterious Bookshop. I thought that was really nice. I don't know, I love to see the enthusiasm that people have, with the genres that they prefer to read. I think that's really nice, and I think it shows the dedication that the owner really has to books, The second one I got is The Bookcase by Nielsen DeMille. I think they're super cute. I don't know, just really fun. Something you can like read while you're drinking your morning coffee or on your lunch break. Like, it's nothing that'll take too much time. The next one is The Book Club by Lauren D. Eastelman. Super nice, and that one's really thin. And these are complete works, so you don't need to get like the second book or like find the next story. Like, this is a complete story within each one of these little books. The next one is The Book Thing by Laura Lippman. And then as you can see in the bottom corner right here, they all have the number of what the book is. So I think it's the number that he's just chosen to do it. They're not all connected at all. So I thought that is nice too. So then if you want to eventually get each and every book, you can know by the number on the bottom. The next one is The Mystery Inc. by Joyce Carol Oates. And this one looked really interesting. Next we have The Last Honest Horse Thief, and then we have The Book of the Lion by Thomas Perry, and then The Last Honest Horse Thief is by Michael Corita. And the reason why I wanted these is because they honestly, by the title alone, and even the pictures, gave me the Chronicles of the Narnia vibes. And as you know, I'm reading that entire series right now, so I thought it was like just fate. Like, I need these in my collection. They give me those vibes. I absolutely love this series so far. I'm on book 3 right now. I'm kind of throwing it in between my regular reads, but yeah, so I had to pick these 2 up. And then the last one that I got, which is supposed to be like the best seller of these Biblio Mysteries, is The Honeymoon Trap by Peter Swanson. So that one seems really interesting. I'm excited to kind of see how this ties into like a book as well. And then the last book that I was able to purchase from the Mysterious Bookshop was Book to Die by John Dunning. And this one seems extremely interesting. This is another book about books, and this is also a mystery. And it just drew me in because basically this is about a detective who loves books. He loves to read, he loves literature, he loves artwork, he loves like collectibles, he loves, going to auctions, and he loves collecting rare artifacts. He absolutely just adores that, but he's also a detective. And one of his good friends in the community who owns a bookstore, has a whole bunch of cats, this old man was found murdered, and the main character believes he knows who it is, but he's not the by-the-book kind of detective. He does things he's not supposed to, cuts corners, but he gets the job done. But because of that, it causes him to lose his badge. And so he obviously can't work on the case. So while he's, been laid off and can't do the case, he really dives into his love for books and his love for finding rare artifacts. And then dead bodies just start appearing everywhere. Works of art start being stolen. And then he's working behind the scenes to try to find a way to get the person who killed his friend. So it's like a huge just story that's all just going to come together in the end. I obviously know. I'm super excited to dive into this, and maybe along with these smaller books that I was able to get, possibly we might do a mystery reading vlog in November. That could be really fun, or even just like a reading live, or maybe I could read the books to you guys. But I'm super excited. I definitely will have all the information about the bookshop down below with the website and everything that I can have on here, because you do have to go to the store to purchase them. I haven't looked at the website yet, so it's possible that you can maybe order those books on their website, but regardless, I'll be sure to link everything so that you guys have an opportunity to get these books if you're interested. And then the very last book about books, that's a mystery that I have that I was able to get from Barnes & Noble not too long ago, is The Woman in the Library by Celery Gentle. And this one is just extremely interesting to me. And obviously, I love books about books, but this one is talking about a woman in the library and there's a scream. So basically what the gist of the book is that there are people in this reading room at a library, and then a woman screams. And apparently there is something wrong, whether that's a murder, a dead body, whether that's an intruder, we do not know, but the library is shut down. But these 4 random individuals are at a table who don't really know why each other is in the reading room, but they're all there for a specific purpose, and one of them happens to be the person that they're looking for, the suspect, the murderer, the intruder. So I think it reminds me of, I don't know if you know, I don't even know if this is the right name of the game, but I think it's Clue, I believe, where it's kind of you or each character, you have to figure out who did the murder. And that's what I got after reading the back of this. So I knew I had to pick this book up. I'm super excited to dive into it. I love the detective kind of aspect of the mystery. I'm so into this. So I'm super excited to dive in to this book. All right, so I believe that concludes all of the mysteries. I'm not exactly sure. Obviously, we'll see as we go through. But the next book, and this was an Amazon book that I was able to get in a haul that I added in here, and that is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. So I am super excited to get into this. I believe this is a series on Netflix. Yes, it's a series on Netflix. I have not watched it. I haven't listened to any reviews in the book, absolutely anything. I've only read the back of the book. I'm super stoked to get into this. And I also want to read her other 2 series, which I think is Six of Crows. I don't really know. I'll be sure to like post it somewhere in here. And then she has one more series. I cannot think of it, but I'll be sure to also post that here. And this is the series you're supposed to read first, then you're supposed to go to the Six of Crows ones, and then you're supposed to go to the next one. So I am really excited to get into this because all of those series seem super interesting to me. I'm sure you probably don't have to read this one first and the next one, but I kind of want to go in the order that she published them because, you know, maybe that kind of helps. And then based on what I've read, it seems like they kind of flow in that way. But I'm super excited to get into this book. I've heard so many things about it. Some people like it, some people hate it. I'm really glad to have it in my possession and in my collection to just kind of see what my thoughts are. But I think it's really pretty too. I love like the inside little detailed work. But that was an Amazon find. This is the second Amazon, not find, but Amazon book that I ordered, and that is The Kingdom of the Wicked. I am super excited to get into this. I believe this is obviously book one. I think there's one more book in this little series, but I'll read the back to you. It says, Amelia and her twin sister Victoria are Sturge, witches who live secretly among humans, avoiding notice and persecution. One night, Victoria misses dinner service at the family's renowned restaurant in Sicily. Amelia soon finds out that her body of her beloved twin desecrated beyond belief. Devastated, Amelia sets out to find her sister's killer, to seek vengeance at any cost, even if it means using dark magic that's been long forbidden. So that's all I'm going to read. I'm not going to read anymore because I'm going to go into these books blind. That's what I've been trying to do. But I am super stoked to jump into this book. And this is written by Carrie Maniscalco. I think that's how you pronounce her last name, but I am just like stoked to dive into this. I feel like the cover is extremely spooky, but I think it really it sets the tone of what the book is going to give. It really sets the tone, but I'm super excited about that. The next book that I got, which I've heard so many good things about, I am so excited to get into this book, and that is The Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. I am super excited. This is book one, and the second book is called Vow of Thieves. And I'm super excited to get into this book. It's supposed to be like a fantasy with a whole bunch of romance in it. This is another book I haven't read really anything about based on just hearing people recommend it's a good book to read, but I'll read a little bit of the back for you guys. It says, a formidable outlaw family that claims to be the first among nations. A son destined to lead, thrust suddenly into power. 3 fierce young women of the Rattan and the queens of Primer Guard. The legendary street thief leading a mission determined to prove herself. A dark secret that is a threat to the entire continent. When outlaw leader meets reformed thief and a cat and mouse game of false move ensues, bringing them intimately together in a battle that may cost them their lives and their hearts. So I am really intrigued to get into this book. It's kind of thick, actually. Let's see how many pages it is. Yeah, it's kind of thick. It is 508 pages. So yeah, this is a pretty thick book. I'm super excited to dive into this, and I will love to, hopefully in the future, bring you guys a whole review on what I thought. The next book that I got from Amazon is The Assassin's Blade, which is by Sarah J. Maas, and I have her first book in the series, Throne of Glass, and I haven't started that yet, but when I was looking online, apparently this is like the prequel to it, so this has like a whole bunch of like mini stories in it, is what I gathered, and this you want to read first before you start Throne of Glass, so I wanted to pick it up because I want to have the complete series, but I'm super excited to dive into this book. I know probably most of you have heard so many things about it, but yeah, I know she's supposed to be like a fantastic fantasy writer, so I'm excited to dive into a lot of her stuff. Actually, November, which I will link the card up here, I am starting her ACOTAR series, which is A Court of Thorn and Roses, so I'm super excited to dive into that, and hopefully I love it. I feel like most people do, so yeah. And then next, I'm on the Shatter Me series. That's like the main series I'm reading right now, besides the Chronicles of Narnia. And then now I'm starting like book ones of different things. But I am on now book 2, novella 1.5 and novella 2.5 of the Shatter Me series. So I got the Unite Me, which has the novella 1.5 and 2.5, Destroy Me and Fracture Me. And these series are by Tierra Mafi, I believe that's how you say her name. And then I got book 2, which is Unravel Me. So I am so excited to get into these. When I tell you Shatter Me, the first book, it was unbelievable. I mean, it is raved about and it's talked about because it is so good. So I highly recommend, if you haven't gotten your hands on that book, I would do it. And not only that, buy the books on Amazon. Like, you can get it super cheap. I'm almost positive I saw Shatter Me on Amazon for like less than $10. And then I believe these were like $8 and $9. Like, it is so worth it. The series is so good. It's a fast read. The message of it, I think, is really good. So much character development, so much found family. A few more that I got from Amazon as well, and that is The Measure by Nikki Erlich. I'm super excited about this book. I've heard a lot of things about it, and I'm also excited because this is my very first hardcover book. Well, I have another hardcover book I'm going to show you, but this is the first one that I got hardcover. I'm usually a person who only loves paperback. I'm a paperback girl. That's just how it is. But I really wanted to dive into the realm of hardcover. So I got this book. But basically, this is a book about a group of individuals, all different. None of them really know each other, like in the world, and different, you know, so one of them's a doctor. I think there's a couple. I think there's two best friends. But basically, it talks about how in the morning, everyone woke up. When they opened their front door, there was a box. And within that box, it's going to let each of them know how long they have left to live, basically. Like, it tells them their fate. And it just shows what these individuals do with that knowledge. If they choose to listen and open the book, or the box, do they believe it? Do they choose to not know at all? You know, it just kind of goes through the motions of kind of being able to be a person who gets to know your fate. And I think it really gives you a good talking point and a really good conversation piece to really have when you're with your friends or with people in your life, of like, what would you do if you were able to know the amount of days left you had left to live? You know, how would the course of your life go? And I think it's just really interesting. I think it really is going to give me an opportunity to think and to reflect. I'm really excited to get into this book and possibly maybe have a reading vlog or at least a review coming for you guys soon. And also, if you haven't, check out my Instagram. I'll have that link below and I'll put the name right up here. But on my Instagram, I'm always, or at least I'm getting into posting more frequently, and there I will definitely have just like those little review posts that I put, because I think having a whole video on an individual book seems a bit excessive. So through Instagram, you can find those posts that I will be getting as soon as I read more books that are just going to talk about the book, my general thoughts below, so that you guys can get a little bit of taste of what it is instead of me doing a whole YouTube video on just one book. And then the last book that I was able to purchase from Amazon is The Ordinary Monsters by J.M. Miro. And I'm really excited to get into this book. It's also a hardcover, so my second hardcover in my collection. It's also a super thick book. And I'm currently reading The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. And that has 804 pages, I think. And this one only has 660. Unless maybe a little bit less, if that's like, oh, that's the acknowledgements. So yeah, 658 pages. It's quite thick. I'm super excited to dive into this. I haven't really heard too many things about it. I was watching one person recently who reviewed it. Oh, Naya Reads and Smiles. She read this book and reviewed it, and she really liked it, so it got me into wanting to read it. But basically, it's about children who have powers, and there's a detective or a woman who is taking them to a place that they need to be as people are trying to hunt them. That's kind of the gist I've got. Haven't really heard too much about it. Haven't even really read the inside of the book. I just listened to what she said and bought the book. So maybe that's a little bit naive, but I'm super excited to dive into this. So excited about it. All right, so that concludes all the books that I got from Amazon. Then the books that I purchased from Barnes & Noble are right here. And two of these books I actually got at the Barnes & Noble while I was in New York last week. You'll see that in my vlog I posted like 2 videos ago. And the first book is The Grey Sling by Kristen Cashore. This was beautiful. I have absolutely no clue what this is about. Honestly, I looked on Goodreads to make sure this was book 1, and it is book 1, and it looks like there are 4 books in total: The Winter Keep, The Fire, and The Bitter Blue. And I was just drawn to the cover. I just love like the shimmery metallic, I just thought it was really pretty. That's basically why I got it. Obviously, yes, the back of it was a little bit interesting, but I have absolutely no clue about this. I don't even know anyone who's even read this book, so I'll read you the back of it. And it says, Katsa is a Grey Sling, one of the rare people born with an extreme skill. As niece of the king, she lived a life of privilege until the day her ability to kill a man with her bare hands was revealed built with her bare hands, revealed itself during a royal banquet. Now she acts as her uncle's enforcer, traveling the kingdom, threatening those who dare to oppose him. But everything changes when she meets Poe, a foreign prince graced with combat skills who is searching for the truth about his grandfather's disappearance. When Katsa agrees to help him, she never expects to learn the truth about her own grace or about the terrible secret that could destroy them all. And that just sounds really beautiful. I'm super excited to get into this book. If I like it, I will be reading all of them, and I will definitely be bringing you guys out a review video on this when I get done. But I'm super excited to dive into this book. Then the last book that I got in New York in total from Barnes & Noble is These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. This is book 1, and book 2 is These Twisted Bonds. I'm really excited about this book. This is supposed to be a fantasy book. It has a lot to do with romance in the book. It's supposed to be a little bit dark. I'm really excited to get into it. I haven't really dived into dark kind of romancy fantasy books at all, so I'm really excited to see how this turns out. But I'll read a little bit of the back for you guys. It says, Bree would do anything before making a deal with the Fae. Death is preferable to their vicious schemes, but when her sister is taken by the sadistic king of the unseemly court, there is nothing Bree wouldn't do to get her back, including making a deal with the king himself to steal 3 magical relics from the rival Seelie court. Gaining unfettered access to the Seelie court is easier said than done. Breen's only choice is to pose as a potential bride for Prince Rowan, the Seelie prince who is not quite as wicked as she once thought. Unwilling to let her heart distract her, she accepts help from the band of unseelie misfits with their own secret agenda. But as Bree spends time with their mysterious leader Finn, she finds herself struggling to resist his seductive charm. Caught between 2 dangerous courts, Bree must decide who to trust with her loyalty and with her heart. That sounds amazing. I'm really excited to get into this. I don't know if I'll come out with a video on it, maybe a reading vlog. But if I love this and I get the second book, obviously some type of review, whether it'll be my Instagram or my YouTube. But we're excited to get into this book. All right, so the last 2 books I have 4 more books left, but these are other books that I got from Barnes & Noble. These I got when I was here at home in Michigan, and that is Legendborn by Chasey Doan. I'm really excited to get into this book. First of all, it's beautiful. She's African American. She's gorgeous. I am African American and I am gorgeous. Everyone is gorgeous, but I'm really excited to dive into this. I think the cover is really pretty. It's amazing. The back is extremely long. I don't even know the gist of it, but I'm going to read you this line here. It says, "Some legacies are meant to be broken." Enough said, pretty much. Enough said. So this is going to be amazing. This is book 1. Book 2, cannot remember the name, but I will post it right up here for you guys. I'm really excited to dive into these. Not really sure when I'm going to get into them. Maybe next month, December, but I know that I want to start the Inheritance game series next month. To me, the covers give me just Christmassy vibes. I have absolutely no clue really about them, but we'll see with that and a couple of other books that I have if I can get to this. Otherwise, sometime next year. And then the last Barnes & Noble book that I have for this haul is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This is book 1 in the series. And the next is The Wicked King. And I think there's 1 more after that. I'm really excited to get into this book. First of all, I think it's really cool and funky. It's white with branches and whatnot on it, but I'll read the back of this one for you guys. It says, "Sharpen your blade, harden your heart." Jude was 7 when her parents were murdered, and she and her 2 sisters were stolen away to live in a treacherous high court of the Fairy. 10 years later, Jude wants nothing more than to belong there, but many of the Fae despise humans, especially Prince Kadan, the youngest and wickedest son of the High King. To win a place in the court, Jude must defy him and face the consequences. That's about it. That's all we get. Sounds interesting enough. It sounds amazing, actually, and I'm super excited to dive into this book. If you've been sleeping on the Dollar General, the Dollar Tree, the Walmart $5 bin, any of those places, they have amazing gems. Like my mom recently got me, and I'll put it right up here, I think it was called The Winds of Marquette by Bennett R. Cole. That is amazing, just amazing. I really am looking forward to book 2. Right now it's not available on Amazon, so I have to wait till it comes in stock. But like, she was walking through Dollar General, saw the book and grabbed it. Like those places, I sometimes feel like they put books, I don't even know why they do it, but like they'll be like $1 or $2, and they're amazing books, like really good, full of content, like from really, you know, great authors that I think need a little bit more recognition. But I absolutely love that one. So the first book that I was able to pick up from my dollar store, so these were $1.25, is The Prize Girl by Amy K. Green. This is a fiction novel, and I'll read you the first little liner up here. It says, murdered pageant queen, an obsessed fan, and a small town with buried secrets. So we have a mystery here, which I said originally that I didn't think I had anymore, but yeah, a mystery here, something about a pageant queen. You know, we're getting a little bit of YA, something about a small town. We love that vibe. We love the secrets. We love it. And I'm just super excited to dive into this book soon. And the last book that I was able to pick up at the Dollar Tree, which was again $1.25, is Eden Conjured by Jolie Charbonneau. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. But first of all, the book is really pretty. And this is book 1. The next book is Dividing Eden. As you can see on the back, it has like a little picture of it right there. But this is also really interesting, and I'll read you the first little line of this. And it says, the trials of virtuous succession have ended. Yeah, this seems really interesting too, and it looks like it'll be a really nice read. You know what I mean? We'll see obviously when things come, but if you guys want, let me know down in the comments. I can honestly scour the Dollar Trees, the Dollar Generals, the Walmart $5 box bins that they have, and I can find some really nice, very, very affordable books. I mean, even more affordable than Amazon, and I can do an entire haul on those. I can even read some of those books, do a reading vlog for you guys. Just let me know, because I know books are expensive, and when you love reading, as you can see behind me, these are a lot of the books I haven't even got to yet, and then I have more books just everywhere. You can spend so much money on books, and yes, books are amazing, but they can really break the bank. So if you guys want me to scour my area and find books like this to recommend to you guys so that you guys can also purchase them too, if they're at your local stores, just let me know down in the comments below. I would love to do that for you guys. But yeah, that is all 25 books of my long-awaited book haul. I am so very glad that you guys clicked on this video today, that you wanted to join me. I know the lighting is a little bit off and filming at night, so I kind of had to adjust things appropriately, but I hope you guys love it. I hope you like it. Just let me know down in the comments if you would like a video on some Dollar Tree or Dollar General books. Also, let me know if you read any of these books, if you would like me to review these books when I'm done, if you want me to do a reading vlog. What are some books you want me to read and you would like me to review? What are some recommendations you have? Just let me know. I really want this place to be a space where you can ask as many questions and give as much feedback and recommendations as you can, and I can to you. So yeah, I am really glad you guys are here. I'm so glad that you watched this video. And if you waited to the very, very, very end, to this moment right here, down below, post an arrow in the comments down below to let me know if you watched the entire video. It really helps me out a lot. It lets me know that you like the content and that you enjoy it and that you love it so much that you want to watch it all the way to the end. So remember, put an arrow down below, give it a thumbs up, hit your notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a video, and hit your subscribe button and comment down below anything you want to comment pretty much at this point.